Good afternoon, everybody. A very warm welcome to Painted Dog TV with myself, Gareth Poole, as your guide, and the very talented Sela on camera with us this afternoon, everybody. It's another very, very hot day out here. Currently 35 degrees Celsius, and we're just currently sitting on the southern fence line of the Rietspruit Game Reserve here on Blaubank. We wanted to come along here and just see if there wasn't perhaps any sign of the two cheetah males. We haven't seen them for a while. They might still be on Kaya. And we've driven, myself and Sela have driven quite a bit of the southern fence so far and haven't found any cheetah tracks yet. Unfortunately, we have seen a lot of hyena and civet tracks from last night, which is always wonderful to see. But I don't think the cheetah have come this far south just yet. I'll just have a quick look at the next junction, well, this spot just up ahead here, and see if I can see any tracks. But just want to quickly say hello to our pack members that have joined us this afternoon. Good afternoon, Carol, Jennifer, Barbara, Mary, Willow, Susan, Ian, Barbara, Di, Brian. Good afternoon, everybody. Hello, Ashley. So good to have you all with us. Hello, Rosemary. Hello, Becky. Good afternoon, Betty. Hello, Jan.
Kevin going mobile. Any update?
Wonderful. Lovely to have you all with us, everybody. Afternoon, Kevin. Just one Leadwood station on Blaubank. Currently at Lowveld of South Africa with a rhino, cow and calf. No other updates. Good to have you all with us, folks. Excited for another afternoon of adventure. Okay, that clearly didn't work. Kevin, how do you copy me?
Hi Kevin, 1 on Blue.
Kevin obviously can't hear me, so good. Hopefully the radio is not playing up too much. Very happy to hear that you're feeling a lot better, Jan. That's great news, and good to have you with us. Good afternoon, Sarah. Welcome to Painted Dog TV. Welcome to another beautiful afternoon here on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. All right, everybody, let's get going. Let's see what wonder we might discover this afternoon. Quickly have a look and see, make sure there aren't any tracks of these cheetah here before we cut in toward the reserve. I'm going to go past Leopard Dam again this afternoon, everybody. There was a leopard seen there last night, and I'm just going to go past there as well, see if there's any sign of that female leopard. Haven't received the photos yet of that cat, so I'm not sure yet of the ID, but I'm sure the wonderful couple that did see that leopard will send it to us soon. Very old lion tracks here, but no tracks of those cheetah. It's always a good spot to stop here and just scan. You can see almost a mile along the fence line here, and the cheetah males do often walk along here. Wouldn't likely be out in the sun though. It's very hot this afternoon, as I was saying earlier, so if anything they'll be resting in the shade. Sela, can you try go to the very top of the hill there along the road? Try zoom in all the way as far as you can on the top there. There's something there. I don't know if it's just grass or it's quite tough to see. I'm just going to watch that shape for a little while longer, everybody, and just see if it moves. Oh man, I don't see any movement there. But it's amazing, it looks just like a big cat. I need a bigger zoom. No, it's just a bush. Just a bush playing tricks on us there. Did look a bit like a cat. Right, let's go have a look-see at Lowveld Dam, that beautiful waterhole. Let's see who we might find there. Wonder what those lions got up to last night. Probably not all that much, they were quite full. I was having a look at the sightings group this morning. It doesn't look like anybody saw them this morning. Not sure where they've headed off to. But that's not going to be our main mission for this afternoon. We're just going to see what else we can find. Water's always a good place to check when it's hot like this though, folks. So we'll check a couple of the water holes. Bound to come across some activity. Hopefully some wonderful birds as well. Hello Shanine, welcome. Good to have you with us. Love this road actually, this road that runs down towards Lowveld Dam. Goes through some lovely little drainage lines, open sodic areas. Nice change in vegetation here as well. Pretty awesome views as well out across the Rietspruit Game Reserve as we take the bend here. You can see that view that I'm talking about now, everybody. Obviously the view we're looking at extends well beyond the Rietspruit Game Reserve. I mean, we're seeing the mountains in the distance there. Those mountains are up near the Salati Private Game Reserve. A good sort of 80-90 kilometers from here. So an amazing view from this point, one of the highest points on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. Black-collared barbet calling. Now we had some fresh signs of the elephants around Lowveld Dam yesterday afternoon. Be so special if we found them there again now. Imagine the herd of elephants swimming in the dam. I haven't seen that yet actually. I know that Brent has seen that a couple of times. The elephants swimming in the dams. I haven't been fortunate enough to see that yet.
Jan going mobile on Kaya. Jan, as far as I can tell, is one cow and jam unattended. And I'm not sure who else is out at the station. I think one station is on Roebuck and elephants are likely going to hire their
Oh, that's not good news. I'm just listening to Kevin on the radio, everybody, and he seems to think the elephants might have crossed over to Kaya. Or if he's ping off the elephant bull. But, yeah, he's just reported he thinks the elephants have moved on to Kaya for the time being. But that's okay. I'm sure we'll find some other wonderful beasts. Maybe try get the elephants tomorrow or the following day upon their return to our side of the reserve. Just busy peering into every little shady spot right now, everyone. If there is a cat around here, that's where it's most likely going to be with the heat. Lots of little eroded ravines that have formed off the road here with good cover, good shade. Perfect place for a cat to just be lying up right now. Oh, look at that. Beautiful Inyala bull here, everybody. Just busy feeding on the edge of this little dry riverbed that feeds into the dam. I see we have a bush in our way. Oh, there he goes. Clearly a little bit spooked by us being here and the fact that we've stopped and now tried to watch him. Just going to quickly hop off here, everyone. I just want to check the sand here for tracks. Lots of elephant tracks here. see there's a whole bunch of monkeys and impala around the water's edge. The reason I'm getting off here is I want to see if that leopard that was seen here last night walked through here. I'm always trying to figure out their movements, their patterns, and also want to know where to place a camera trap to maybe try and capture footage of these leopards. But I don't think she came from here. Not seeing any tracks here now. Let's try and go have a look at these monkeys and impala, see what they're up to. Appears the impala are not sticking around. Obviously had their drink, they've just headed off. But the local troop of vervet monkeys are still here, everybody. They love it here. Obviously good shade and water to drink on a hot day like today. Kevin for Gareth.
Copy that. Thank you very much for the update.
Kevin for Gareth.
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
How do you copy me?
Fine, you're a little bit quiet, but I can hear you clearly.
Okay, copy. Sorry, I did try to give updates earlier. Just letting you know I am mobile.
Copy. You're Brent, very quiet on the radio. You've got to hold it close to your mouth.
Yeah, I honestly couldn't get close if I tried. I think it must just be these radios.
Okay, copy. The headline tracks, last night we had the 3 males twin crossing between the two rivers, and then they obviously went east and then went back onto Hoofpad ultimately, and I had tracks this morning near
Look at that. That monkey's having a great time.
Link, so I think they're probably in the block between Hoofpad and Spurs.
Okay, copy that. Thanks, Kevin. How wonderful is that, guys? That's one happy vervet monkey. Busy getting treated by what I assume is a female grooming a male. Ian, to answer your question, a track that I found that I didn't expect to see on the reserve. Well, certainly, when I first lived on this reserve, when I first started living on this reserve, there were two sets of tracks that I found that were very surprising to find here. I didn't expect to find it here, and that was the brown hyena and the bush pig. I certainly never thought brown hyena occurred in this area, so that was an amazing find, and there are a number of them around, not many, but a number of them around, and there are sightings of them from time to time, but I've never seen one on the Rietspruit Game Reserve. Brent's been lucky enough to see it a couple of times. My brother's seen the brown hyena right in front of my father's house, actually. He got photographs of it. Quite incredible. And then the bush pigs also. Bush pigs are predominantly, forest-dwelling, a forest-dwelling species. And I didn't expect them here. You do find them in lots of agricultural areas outside of these reserves as well. yeah, so those two were surprising for me. Can't really think of anything else. It's actually a female, eh? An adult female that was being groomed by a younger vervet monkey there, everybody. And definitely a mutual monkey spar. You can see them treating each other. Isn't that beautiful? Hey, face to face. Probably removing ticks around the eyes. There's obviously very soft skin, not protected by fur around their eyes. And so they'll pick up ticks there too. Alicia, to answer your question about the pack of wild dogs that are in the boma, no current update. Just that obviously they're still currently being fed, and that's the only update I have for you right now. Yeah, I think they've actually asked people to avoid the boma for the time being because we're wanting to let those dogs settle. So, yeah, even we haven't been going in there. It's just the team that feed the dogs that are going every 4 days to feed those dogs. But that's about all I've got for now. I'm not sure when the release date is planned. Yeah, we'll obviously be the first to know if there is new news, and I'll definitely share it with you all.
We're going on mobile on Leadwood. Any updates?
Lovely sighting of these monkeys. Most of them have actually now pushed away from the water up into the tree line. They really are entertaining. Now working the tail. They certainly do a very good job of keeping themselves clean of those ticks and other little parasites, little mites that they'll probably pick up. Oh no, that's not very attractive. I'm very glad that's not me having to do that job right now. I suppose you don't want to leave any spot unchecked. Lovely. I suppose that's the bottom of the tail. That's not too bad. That's love for you right there, everybody. My goodness. Good afternoon, Michael. Good to have you with us. Hope you're well, sir. You've tuned in at a perfect time. Vervet monkeys busy checking each other's rear ends out. Very entertaining. They're glancing back right now, almost as if there's another animal maybe coming to the water's edge. Definitely not a predator, because they would have been out of there if it was. Maybe there's some more impala coming. Not too worried now. I'm actually going to drive around, everybody. I want to get to the other side of the waterhole here, just to glance back and check to see what else might be around the other side of the dam. You never know, there could be some rhinos wallowing in the shallows on the far end. Doesn't look like there are any rhinos, but we'll just stop on this corner here and have a quick scan.
The rhino car and calf, the water at the back of the dam. keep on you. Yeah, I'll be responding in about 7 minutes.
Sorry, Sammy, I missed your update. Can you please repeat? No rhinos here right now, everybody.
Poole heading towards Hippo Dam.
Copy that. Thanks, Kevin. But still such a beautiful spot and worth pausing to appreciate.
What?
Your horizon. Alright, folks. Not too much else happening here around Lowveld Dam this afternoon. We're going to carry on. I'm going to head up now past where that leopard was seen. See if we can see her tracks, see if we can figure out which way she perhaps went last night. I was just saying to Cello, he said, what are the odds of us finding her in the same place? I said, very slim. Unless, of course, she killed something. That's something I'm always hoping for when I'm following up, you know, on where a leopard was located before. Is that if she has made a kill, then of course that would have stopped her dead in her tracks and she'll still be there feeding on the carcass. Leopards regularly hunt sort of small to medium sized antelope, and I mean, even if it was a common daker, that's going to keep her there for at least 24 hours in the same position wherever she stashes the carcass, the kill. If it's a fully grown impala, that's going to keep her there for a minimum of 48 hours before she moves on. So you never know. But we'll head up that way now. And eventually then go on towards Kudu Krip. Another point of water where we might get lucky with some other animals. Good spot for rhino, that one. High quality indeed, Michael. That was a very interesting little sighting there of the monkeys checking each other out. I see you've made mention of monkeys sticking their face in a bowl of yogurt on your last safari. That's often a highlight for many folks. Well, either a highlight or a terrifying story of their trip on safari to Africa. Those monkeys really are a nuisance in the camps. They get into everything.
Standing by.
I copied that. Thanks, Kevin. I'm making my way there now.
Copy.
So, I assure you, everybody, I'm not busy sending messages to my family on my cell phone right now. I don't know. But some pretty exciting news, everybody. Not too far from us now, somebody's just located the Pride of Lions, busy drinking at Boskamp. And that is not far from where we are now, everybody. So I'm going to head straight up there. Let's go and see what the Pride are up to. I said that they weren't our main mission for the afternoon, but that is a beautiful area just outside the owners of the Rietspruit Game Reserve, or rather, a portion of the Rietspruit Game Reserve. They have a camp up here on the ridge called Boskamp, and they've got a little water hole just in front of their camp there. And the Pride of Lions are busy drinking there right now. So we're going to make our way up there, everybody, and go see what they're up to. Hopefully we'll catch up to them. This is where this person saw this leopard last night. I can see where their vehicle's tracks turned here. We'll now see if she came back to the road, this leopard, and see where she went. No tracks on the road of her just yet, but there is a dry riverbed that's just down here. She may have headed that way. Still very jealous of their sighting of the leopard, of course, and I would absolutely love to show all of you another leopard. It's been too long now. But anyway, first things first, let's go see what the Pride's up to, everybody. There's no tracks of that leopard having come this way, so she must have gone down into the Sunsloot River, which is just behind us here. And if we have enough time later, depending on what happens with the lions, we'll definitely be coming back this way. That I can assure you. Sorry everybody, my phone went on the blink there for a little moment, so I'm just going to catch up on your comments. Yes, indeed, Mauricia. It's actually one of the prerequisites for working in a lodge. You need to be able to combat vervet monkeys. You need to have that on your CV before you get the job. Yes, I've seen many staff panic and end up not even being able to compete with vervet monkeys. They can be quite a force to be reckoned with, I assure you, and particularly for female staff. For the ladies, the vervet monkeys seem to be a lot bolder around women, and it's a shame. There's a lot of female staff that work at these lodges that will tell you some horrific stories about vervet monkeys. One of my very good friends actually had a chunk of her calf taken out by a vervet monkey male that was adamant on stealing food off one of the tables at a lodge that I worked at. She had to go to hospital, she had to get stitches, she had to have a tetanus shot. Quite a thing. Not to be messed with, those monkeys, I assure you. They can be quite dangerous. Michael, to answer your question, sadly no footage that's been captured of leopard on the camera traps of late. We haven't got any up right now. I think I've actually got one in the back of the vehicle here, just waiting to find some fresh signs of leopard, and then I'm going to set up the camera trap again. But we did get some great footage of monkeys, giraffe, kudu, where I had it the last time in the Sunsplit River. Elephants have been here recently. Pushed another tree into the road here. Alright everybody, we are very close to the waterhole now where these lines were seen. Just up ahead on the next ridge here.
Talking about the price. Is that so? Yeah, Nick reported that they Okay, copy, thank you.
I wonder now, just thinking about these lionesses, everybody, whether they've made another kill. They separated from the males last night. Kevin had tracks of the males further to the east of us here, and wonder if they didn't perhaps kill something else and they've got a full feed, and maybe why they're here for a drink. I mean, it is a hot day as well, of course, so they might drink if there's water nearby to them anyway, regardless of whether they've eaten or not. They're still drinking, everybody. I think they are. I can see one or two heads just here. Oh yes, blood on their faces. They've just come off a kill. Look at this. Oh my word, and look at the light. This is unreal. My goodness. Look at all that blood. Sella, zoom in on the females to the left there. To the left, Sella. The females to the left in the light there. Go to the other females there. So you'll see now, everybody, these lionesses are just busy grooming themselves, trying to get rid of all the blood. So they've eaten very recently. Oh, this is just incredible. Look at that. So still just 5 lionesses together here, everybody. The other lioness must still be on Kaya. She has not joined up with the pride yet. This is just amazing. I'm so glad we came up here. And I'm also just so grateful to Nico Steinbach, the wonderful gentleman who alerted us to the pride being here. He's literally just sitting on his veranda, folks, about 80 yards from where we parked right now with this pride. And he was just sitting there enjoying his Monday afternoon, and this pride rolled in. I hope you don't mind, everybody. I'm snapping a couple photographs here because this is just pure gold right now. Man, this is amazing. Oh, these lionesses are gorgeous. And even more so in this incredible light. Yeah, and they certainly have ditched the boys, which is great for them. They'll be very happy about that, these lionesses, that's for sure. As I mentioned earlier, everybody, is about half a mile north of here, maybe even more, 3/4 of a mile north of here, where Kevin last had the tracks of the males this morning. He never caught up with him. He didn't find them. But the girls have certainly ditched them, which is great for them. So they've had a meal undisturbed. Oh man, this is amazing. What a privilege, everybody. You can see the lionesses are every now and then just glancing over their left shoulder towards the camp. There obviously is staff moving around. I promise you folks, I will definitely share these photographs on the app.
Copy that. Thanks for update.
I would love to know what it was that they killed, what they've eaten. That's going to be pretty tough to figure out though. Look at that, the three of them grooming each other at the same time. My goodness. That is special. I do wish my camera had a slightly less noisy shutter to it. Man, you beautiful, beautiful cats. Just wait to see if they move on from here, everybody. They might, after they've groomed themselves a bit longer, maybe go look for shade. It's still hot. And once they get up, we'll then be able to see how low their bellies hang. But I can tell you now, from what I can see already, there's a lot of meat inside those bellies. So they must have brought down something relatively large, would be my guess. We often find a lot of zebra up around Boskamp here. That's possibly a target that they might have got. Also wildebeest. There's definitely a lot of impala around here, but one impala for 5 females isn't going to really fill them up too much. Oh, they really do a great job of cleaning each other. Eh? Aloe grooming, of course, is what it's referred to as. This lioness that's sitting on her own here, away from the others, is busy trying to groom herself. I wouldn't be surprised if she soon joins the others. Okay, one of the lionesses just got up, everybody. Now have a look at her gut there. It's not very full. It's not as full as I thought it was going to be, so it is possibly an impala that they've killed. Just busy drinking there. That's beautiful. Oh, thanks very much, Michael, for the mention of that cheetah shot that I got recently. Yeah, that was a goodie, a real goodie. And of course was the image for the week, last week, everybody, where the keyword was collar. That cheetah image was the one that some of you may have got your hands on. We haven't got a keyword for this week yet, folks, but we will have one very soon. And we'll share that with you so that you can try to get your hands on the next awesome image that the Painted Dog team will supply.
Given this runner Poole now moved off into the bush in a westerly direction.
Oh man, this is just amazing, absolutely amazing sighting. These are the sightings we dream of, everybody. Unreal. Yes, Michael, you know, we discussed this the other day as well. It could be bucket that's not here. Yeah, Sammy, I'm not sure. I wouldn't go too close to the camp, but maybe come along the tree line, head west, and then come around behind my vehicle. Sammy, did you copy that?
Please repeat.
Yeah, you can make your way, but don't go too close to the camp. So go past the ramp and go along the tree line, heading west, and then come behind my vehicle. Station, just an update. The Pride are still here at Sportskamp, still drinking.
Copy.
All breathing quite heavily, hey? So they've had a good meal, busy pushing those diaphragms up and down, trying to digest that meat. Of course, you then combine the heat, so just sucking in as much oxygen as possible, trying to regulate their body temperatures, and of course the water also helps with that too. The water will also help with the digestion of the meat. Well done, you clever lionesses. Perhaps they don't want to move anywhere. I thought after the grooming that we've just seen, folks, that they might move off to get better shade. But they don't seem that bothered. Of course, if they stick around here, they've got access to water and can drink whenever they need it. But I suspect that the family here at the camp will want to move around eventually, and that'll probably unsettle the lions a bit, and then they'll head off, maybe even make their way back down towards Lowveld Dam, where we've just come from. Sure, that's a very, very open-ended question, that, Shannon. It depends. It depends on a lot of things. Cameras, it's amazing. There's so many different options, and some cost a fortune, some don't. But I would say that an entry-level mirrorless camera, a good one, will probably cost you around about $1,000. I would say, well, that's not even entry level, that's just above entry level, but you'd want to spend about that much, no less than that would be my guess. Michael will probably give you a better answer as to what's current, particularly in the US. But for example, my dream camera, which is a Sony, a Nikon Z9, which is the top of the range mirrorless Nikon camera. That's going to set you back about $8,000 or $9,000, and that's just the camera. That's just the body. So no lens included. The lenses are what really whack a punch as well, to suit that sort of expensive camera body. So the lens that I'd want to put on that would probably be, like a 300 or 400 mm fixed lens. f2.8, maybe even f4, and that's again another sort of $6,000-7,000 at least. So for a combination of just one body and one lens, you're looking at least $15,000, maybe upwards of $18,000 for the top of the range. But that does also limit you, because you've then got a fixed 400 mm lens, and you cannot really shoot anything close to you. A 400 mm lens is, for sport and wildlife photography, and you shooting at a particular distance. So then very often a professional photographer would have a number of different lenses. So you then whack on another maybe between $5,000 to $10,000, so that you have options when it comes to lenses. And then we're talking close to $25,000. It's frightening what you can spend on cameras. Oh, I see Michael's commenting there, the R3. Definitely, Michael, an amazing camera that. I wouldn't be too upset if that were my camera, I assure you. But these are all dreams. I certainly cannot afford anything like that. Always hoped that one day one of these camera shops would recognize my photography and perhaps supply me with a camera, become an ambassador for them. That's never happened. I think the reality today is there's just so many photographers out there with all the big kit that are getting world-class images, and there is just so many images, which is great. It's wonderful, to share images and see everybody's images. But I think the reality for me is the only way I'm ever going to get that dream camera is if it was one of the big organizations that, saw me as an investment. But my current setup is one I purchased myself. It certainly wasn't cheap. Just trying to think now what it cost me. It's about $4,000, my current setup. And I've had it now for 6 or 7 years, and it's still doing me just fine. Amazing camera. Definitely not a mirrorless, however. but it is a full frame camera and I love it dearly, and I'm a big Nikon fan. These lionesses are certainly watching the staff here around the camp. Obviously intrigued by the movement, but will obviously not go towards the staff. There's no need for them to do that. They are wary of human beings, and they won't feel the need at all to head that direction. They'll do the opposite. They'll go the other way, but they're still intrigued by the movement, of course. Sure, look at that lioness there, looking straight at us. I think she's watching vultures, actually. Yes, she is watching vultures. There are a couple of vultures way off behind us, everybody, that lioness is just noticed there. Just watching them. I think her focus has now changed from the vultures to you, Cello. She's watching you, buddy. That's quite a gaze. A lioness looks at you like that. Makes you feel puny. I almost find lionesses more unnerving than males. They are very intimidating. Particularly when you're walking on foot, very close to them. Goodbye, Rosemary. So good that you were with us, and I'm very happy that you got to see this amazing, absolutely amazing scene right here. Have a lovely evening.
I'm going on to program number 2.
Absolutely nothing wrong with that, Betty. The lenses on my iPhone, certainly with the technology that are in the new iPhones today, take some incredible photographs, and the beauty of these, intimate private safaris that you come out here on is that you'll be sitting close to these lions, just like we are here this afternoon, and sitting with any animal. You often get to be really close to the game, to the animals, because of the privilege of being able to go off road and get closer to them and follow them. And so some of the photographs that are coming off iPhones, and certainly the videos as well, are absolutely amazing. And so very often the person with the iPhone will be getting better images than the person with the big, expensive, digital or mirrorless camera, especially if the person, using the big camera doesn't know all too well how to use their settings. That's certainly the case, because quite often as well you need to be pretty quick on the draw, because there's often action shots, and if you're not familiar with your camera and don't know the settings all too well, it can be tough to get that good photograph. So I'm sure you'll be absolutely fine with the lens on that iPhone. It also means you don't have to pay for extra luggage and lug heavy cameras around all over Africa, which is also a downside to it all. The one beauty is that when you come out here, you can actually rent equipment though, which a lot of folks will do, so that they don't have to worry about carting their gear all across the world. There are a number of companies, certainly here in South Africa, that supply any camera you want, and they'll charge a rental fee, and it'll actually be delivered directly to your camp where you'll be staying, which makes life very, very easy. So a lot of my clients will often do that as well. Well, the good news for the lionesses is the sun has just dipped behind the Drakensberg Mountains behind us, everybody. So no more direct sunlight. It's going to start cooling off really nicely now for them. They must be very content. Full bellies, water right next to them, sun's gone down, and no male lions to bother them. Sammy for Gareth. Sammy for Gareth. All right, everybody. I think we are going to move on as well. Sammy's just left. We'll leave the Steinberg family in peace, and leave these lionesses in peace. We certainly got lucky though, getting here as early as we did to get all of that amazing action. That really was absolutely fantastic, and one of the most incredible sightings I've had with the lionesses for a long time. I hope you all enjoyed it as much as I did. Yeah. Just beautiful. Stations, I'm leaving the Pride still stationary at the waterhole at Boskamp, unattended. Find myself now shouting at the radio after Kevin told me he can't, or he can barely hear me. Sammy for Gareth.
Yeah, great.
Where are you going from here?
Yeah, I'm going down Kudu.
Copy. Sammy's taken my route. Oh well, that's okay. We'll do something different.
We had a relaxed leopard on leopard up north. Just where that section goes up towards Rietspruit last night. I went there and didn't find him, but he's probably possibly around.
Yeah, I'll copy that. Thanks, Kevin. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, that was last night, Michael, the relaxed leopard. One of the Leadwood homeowners had an amazing sighting of, they're not sure whether it was male or female. They think it might have been a female. Just where we were earlier, just north of Leopard Dump. That's why we were headed up there this afternoon to see if I could find any tracks, and I'm going to go back down there and just see if there are any tracks there, any further sign. But it was last night around 6:30 p.m. our time last night that leopard was seen. Now Sammy is out in front of us here. He's going past Kudu Krip, which would have been my guess as to where that leopard would have headed to from where it was seen last night. But you never know, they may miss something, or that leopard might come out. Temperatures dropping, light starting to fade. It's usually around this time in the evening that these leopards do start getting active. We'll roll the dice, head that way, see if we don't pick up on anything.
Side of the fence. Just near the junction with sport nose. I'm assuming that our males are near them.
Just hearing Kevin now reporting having found a cheetah on the eastern fence line of Blowbunk, but on the other side. So one of the cheetahs that is on the Blue Canyon Conservancy, the game reserve to the east of us. And as he said, he reckons our two males might be close by then to where that particular cheetah is sitting on the other side of the fence. So perhaps they are starting to come back south, the two male cheetah, everybody. That is now certainly a possibility for tomorrow. No, sadly not, Shannon. They haven't sent me the photos yet. Probably haven't got round to looking at them yet. But I know that couple very well. Very good friends of mine. I know they will send me that photo. So we'll get it eventually. Try and get an ID. They said they spent like over 15 minutes with the leopard before. I think they actually left it still lying just next to the road there. Absolutely amazing. They had a sighting like that, and so yeah, hopefully some great images for us to analyze. Yeah, just look at that though. That is a world-class view, if ever I've seen one. Amazing view of the Drakensberg Mountains. You can just see one of the three rondavels, famous three rondavels, up there to the right of the mast. If you go halfway down the mountain, you can see it looks like the top of an African hut, the one that Silo is just zooming in on there. That's one of the three rondavels, and a very popular spot for tourists that go up there. Amazing views from up there. Amazing shape to the tops of those mountains there. And then everything down to the right in the valley is what we call the Blader Canyon. Also, again, very famous, popular tourist destination. And even for us locals, we love going up there. It really is a magical place that we call home up here. Very, very pretty. Right, it sounds like Sammy and his guests are busy having a sundowner just up here to our right, which means they are not going towards Kudu Krip. So that's where we're going to go, everybody. See if we can find this leopard. Oh, that's great, Mauricio. I'm very happy to hear that you've seen the three rondavels in Shannon. Yeah. Cannot wait for you to see it. It's amazing up there. It really is. It's breathtaking. And of course the Blader Dam is just in that Blader Canyon. And it really is a lot of fun being on the dam. Absolutely gorgeous views up the cliffs, all around the dam, looking up towards the three rondavels. Amazing bird life around that dam, massive dam. Amazing bird life. And I've seen a leopard there before. I've seen a leopard around that dam, on the edge of that dam. Can you believe that? Literally on a boat cruise, and we spotted a leopard. Quite a lot of crocodiles in the water, a couple of hippos too. So really an awesome spot to go and check out. There's some beautiful waterfalls up here in the mountains as well that you can hike to. For those of you that do like hiking and swimming in crystal clear ice cold water, which is one of my favorite things to do. It's magic. Absolutely magic. We are so spoilt to have all of this on our doorstep. And spend an afternoon with the Pride of Lions, and the next morning go hike up into the Drakensberg Mountains and go birding around the waterfalls and the dam. Maybe find some fresh leopard tracks while you're walking. Pretty good 24 hours that, I reckon. Right. Where are you, little leopard? So it was literally just 300 yards down the road here. So we drove up here earlier, everybody. Leopard Dam is down that road. We drove up here earlier, and just 300 yards along the road here is where they saw that leopard last night. I saw where the vehicle maneuvered on and off the road, trying to get a better look at that leopard. But I haven't seen any tracks on the road yet. So we're going to go down through the Sunsloot River here, which is where I reckon that leopard's probably walked. And then, like I say, go have a look around Kudu Krip. See if there's any signs there. Hoping we might get lucky with some rhino as well out here this evening. Quick look here for tracks. Nothing here. Let's go have a look around this little waterhole. Suzanne, yes, I definitely want to do that. I definitely want to go to Finland and test out those icy, ice cold pools that you have up there. Yes, please, I'm definitely keen on that. Oh, look at that. Beautiful big giraffe in the road here. Oh no, don't go away. Oh, that's very unfriendly. Let's try and get a bit closer. Maybe that giraffe won't wander too far from the road. She's actually now turned and come back towards the road just to see what we're doing. Hello, you beautiful girl. imagine she's just come from Kudukrip, probably had a drink there. Watching us very, very closely. See that ear turning back like that, eh? Always listening. Making sure nothing's sneaking up on her. See how those ears rotate independently. She of course relies heavily on her hearing. There's the most incredible smell around us right now, everybody. Just as I pulled slightly off the road here, I've obviously driven through some wild aniseed. I don't know if any of you have ever smelt it out here when you're on safari. It is a absolutely amazing smell. Just love it. Oh, look at this cellar. Quickly focus on this bird. Quickly try to get this bird here. Do you see it there? In the bush right here. Here, close to the ground. Do you see it? We've got a redback shrike here, everybody, a female redback shrike, and she's busy feeding on a grasshopper, and it's the most incredible thing to see because shrikes are renowned for impaling their prey onto thorn trees. Look at this. I haven't seen this for a very, very long time. Absolutely amazing behavior to witness. They impale their prey onto a spike or a thorn that keeps it in place, and then they just pick off all the legs and bits and pieces they don't like eating. Sometimes will then swallow it whole, but that's quite a big grasshopper, so she'll probably just pick at it piece by piece. Wow, that is so cool. Unreal. Look at that, hey? You can see her taking the legs off. I wonder if she'll now try to remove the wings. She's starting to feed on it now, so she's just picking it off piece by piece. I thought it might have been a bit too big for her to swallow in one go. Exactly, Carol. Literally like beautiful markings on this bird as well, hey guys. I love the barring on the front. Ooh, juicy. Yummy. Of course, there's a lot of people around the world that love eating grasshoppers. I'm definitely not one of them. Reminds me of a trip to the United States that I did a couple years back. Driving through Utah, I stopped at a petrol station and they were selling barbecue flavored grasshoppers. first time I'd ever seen that. I didn't try it, by the way. Look at that, eh? Now just moved in, now that she's eaten most of it. She's pulled it from her spike. She's just going to finish off the rest there. She's got all the soft bits there now. The abdomen of that grasshopper. Oh, oh, oh. Wow, that was a mouthful. Gee whiz. Well done, lady. You made short work of that. Clean the beak. Quickly clean the beak on the branch. Unbelievable. I've never been this close to a shrike either, everybody, while it's feeding. And the only reason it allowed us to view it like this is because we were stopped here viewing the giraffe, and the shrike actually then flew in and landed here. That's how I first noticed it. I heard the flutter of its wings just as it flew into this little bush, and then heard it actually impale the grasshopper onto that spine. Unbelievable. Again, such a privilege. Alright, beautiful lady, we're going to love and leave you. I bet you're going to sleep well tonight with that full belly. Just looking very closely to see if I can see any leopard tracks, but sadly nothing yet, everybody. I'm not convinced that leopard came this way. But we're going to go have a look at the water here anyway, and just see if anybody else might be here having a drink. Some birds alarm calling just beyond the hide here. Lots of birds alarm calling. There's nobody drinking right now at the water. Something's upset these birds, so I'm just going to stand by here, folks. Let's just sit here for a minute and see if something doesn't come out of these thickets here. You never know what predator it is that's making the birds stir. Could be a snake, could be an owl, could be a mongoose, but it could also be a leopard. Jeez, they are very upset. Mostly dark-capped bulls that are making the most of the noise in there. Imagine a leopard just comes walking out onto the road here in front of us. Just show yourself. Anticipation's killing me. Good evening, Aurora. Lovely to have you with us. It's been an absolutely amazing afternoon so far. And there's still time yet for more beauty to show itself. Birds have settled now. Perhaps it was a snake. I have to think that if it was a mammal, we would have seen it cross the road or step out towards the waterhole here. So my guess, probably a snake or possibly even an owl, maybe one of the smaller owls. Beautiful though, just sitting here listening to the birds as they settle in for the night. Just going to take this opportunity to mark my territory quick, everybody. I'll be back with you shortly. All right, very quiet around here. No alarm calls that could possibly help us find this leopard. Perhaps the leopard went a different route then. We'll try a different approach, everybody. We'll just do a different road that runs around the block where the leopard was last seen, and who knows, maybe it'll step out into the road for us tonight. Maybe tonight we get lucky with bush babies and porcupines and aardvarks, all of those lovely nocturnal animals we always hope to see. Another giraffe. here in front of me. Beautiful silhouette, look at that. I'm sure it's the same one we just saw earlier. I'm sure she's heading to the water there for a drink. Alright dear, don't mind us. We're going. Mary, that's news to me. I didn't know. Oh, sorry, sunrise drives. I'm misreading your comment there. Apologies. Yes, everybody, just a heads up. The sunrise drives will now be starting half an hour later in the mornings. So we'll be starting our sunrise drives at 5:30 going forward. Still, it's just a bit too dark to be going out at 5 o'clock as we have been doing. So we'll be going out a little bit later, which means Gareth gets an extra half an hour sleep and I don't have to wake up at 3:30 in the morning. I can now wake up at 4 in the morning, which is wonderful. Just listening to Kevin's update there now, everybody, and he says the lions have just got up, the lionesses, and they're heading off. They certainly sat at that waterhole for a while, but now it's getting dark, so they're going to move away. Probably make another kill tonight, would be my guess. They're not entirely full, so they may try hunt again this evening. I think Brent's out in the morning, so he might perhaps look for them and see what they've got up to overnight. Come on, little bush babies.
Carcass right on Rietspruit Park. Can't see what it is yet, but it's probably quite close to finished.
Wow, that's amazing, everybody. Kevin's just reporting now that he followed the lionesses, and I mean they've only just left the waterhole, and he's followed them back to some sort of a carcass. He can't make out what it is. But that's very interesting. So all 5 of them left their carcass. It's not often that they'll do that. Usually 1 or 2 members will stay behind to protect the carcass and to carry on feeding. We'll just wait to see what else he has, what Kevin might update us with, and see if he can figure out what it is that they've killed. But he says for now he can't really make it out. So there you go. Maybe they aren't going to go hunting tonight. They've still got food somewhere close to where they were at the waterhole. Wasn't expecting that. Amazing how when it gets dark, you always, well, I certainly always find myself more convinced that I'm going to, find something like a leopard or, lions, hyena, whatever. We know that these animals do sometimes move around during the day. It's just always so much more exciting at night, because you know they definitely are moving around now. No tracks whatsoever of that leopard. Classic leopard behavior. Just disappeared. Well, classic leopard behavior for our leopards. Leopards that are not completely habituated with the vehicles yet. Don't often walk the roads. They stay hidden in the tree line. Still can't believe I haven't seen a bush baby in so long. Been very elusive themselves. Can you zoom in on that white thing there, Sela? It looks like a snake. I don't know if it is a snake. It might just be part of the tree. I think it's just part of the tree. So snakes will reflect white like that at night, everybody. Particularly, obviously, the underside of their bellies. Often spot snakes in the trees at night. Very easy to do that, obviously, with this powerful spotlight. Thought for a moment there we'd spotted a snake.
right up next to me. Got a male lying in the road in front of me. I can't do it.
The plot thickens. Just listening to Kevin in the lion sighting here. I think the males are there. Kevin, can you confirm, are the males now with the pride, and have you figured out what they're feeding on?
Yeah, it's a female wildebeest, adult one. I've got two of the males here. The injured one is still on his roaring gun near Bushveld now. I've got two females here. The males are hogging what's left. Fighting the females.
Unreal. Copy that. Thanks very much, Kevin. Listen to that, everybody. Isn't that amazing? The male lions have discovered what the lionesses had killed. They might have even been there all along. And maybe that's why the females left the carcass and went for a drink. The male lions are busy feeding on an adult female wildebeest that presumably the lionesses killed. They may have helped them, the males. But absolutely amazing. Just the scraps apparently remaining of that adult wildebeest. So the males have had the full share once again. They've filled their guts, I'm sure, so they're going to have swollen bellies all over again. Well-fed lions are lions, that's for sure. Yeah, surprise, surprise, male lions hogging the carcass. Indeed, Carol. They're good at that. Certainly helps to be, 200 pounds heavier than the females.
Yeah, I just come from that side, the Bushveld side.
It's a great pleasure, Betty. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Shannon. Thanks, Suzanne. Thanks, Alicia. Thank you, everybody. Absolutely spectacular afternoon. Absolute wonder seeing those lionesses covered in blood, grooming each other, drinking in that beautiful light. Beautiful sighting of the monkeys playing and grooming. Rather funny watching them groom each other at the waterhole. Of course, that beautiful giraffe and that amazing sighting, the female redback shrike impaling its grasshopper on the spine of that tree and then devouring it in front of us. Lots of amazing things this afternoon. More to come tomorrow, of course, everybody. Make sure you join us. Good dose of medicine indeed, Jan. Glad you feel that way. We certainly feel that way. It's been so much fun. Always is out here. Thanks, Willow. Thanks, Aurora. Thanks, Becky. I hope you all have an amazing day, amazing evening, wherever you may be in the world. And like I say, make sure you tune in again tomorrow, everybody. You just never know out here. There's always something happening. All right, folks, myself and Cello are going to say goodnight. You all stay safe, you all keep well. I'll see you again very soon. Thanks for joining us. Bye for now, everybody.